Get ready for one of the world's most beloved characters as you've never seen them before.
Oh, thanks, Jess. Such a lovely morning.
Hello, you're watching The Fan Carpet. I'm Amanda, and I'm at the premiere of Postman Pat the movie. How familiar were you with Postman Pat prior to joining the film?
Oh, very, yeah. I mean, he was my favourite show when I was a kid. I was obsessed with it. I kind of used to dress up as a postman. I wanted to be a postman. And so, yeah, I mean, it was an easy decision doing this because he's a huge part of my childhood.
Of course I was, yeah. Postman Pat, I've got two young boys, 6 and 3, and I've watched a lot of Postman Pat with them, so yeah, I'm a big fan. And before, that's why it's so exciting to be in it. You know, to play one of our country's most iconic characters. It's amazing.
Grew up with Postman Pat, obviously, as we all did, and I now live in America, so it's been a while since I've seen any reruns of Postman Pat. I have a 4-year-old daughter, so I had to explain to her Postman Pat what a postman is, because we only have mailmen over there.
God, I grew up on Postman Pat, and so to be asked to be a part of this movie was just an honour and a thrill, and said yes straight away. I was like, of course I'm going to do that. Why wouldn't I?
Very much so. I'm maybe one of the 4 people in America who is. But I've always been a huge fan of BBC television. And when I was young, you didn't have the internet, so we used to trade Betamax copies of British television. Like I used to get the tripods and Red Dwarf, and I knew who Postman Pat was because we would trade these things back and forth and in garages, dark, secret garages, late at night with candles. Woo!
Alright, so how did you...
The candle part wasn't true.
How involved were you with the music?
Well, yeah, I was quite involved. I sang a couple of songs in the film, and to be involved was such a great honour. It's an incredible project, a British institution, so I was delighted.
Yeah, was there a sense of responsibility when, lending your voice to this character?
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to muck it up. You don't want to be the man who broke Postman Pat. But, animated films are more than most films, such a team effort, and really the credit has to go to the director. We all go in on our own, all the actors, we do our stuff on individually, and he's the one who brings it all together and animates it and makes it look so beautiful.
How much input did you have with your character?
Well, animation is such a great medium, different to film and television. It's such a creative process that you can, because it's filmed it's created over a long period of time, you have such a creative input that you can bring to the role, and so it was great.
Not a lot. I mean, I got to play around with the voice a little bit, and that's always really nice because you don't really normally get to do that too much, or for me anyway, at least I don't really normally get to do that. So I got to sort of try out a few accents, and I don't know which one they picked, so I'll have to wait and see when we go inside.
Yeah, I think he's kind of quite similar to me. He's kind of quite naive. I mean, he's Pat's rival, but he kind of wants the best guy to win. He's not kind of fame hungry or anything like that. He's just a nice guy, and I get to sing, so that was fun and different.
What was your experience working with the cast?
Oh, lovely. I always like coming to London to record. Much of the cast is actually based in LA. Peter Woodward, who plays Carbuncle, is a dear friend of mine, and so I did manage to bring in some old friends who I've worked with on other films. But coming to London and working with people, well, I mean, there's no way to say this. Stephen Mangan is unbelievable in the film. And if you've ever seen how voice film work is done for an animated film, basically you come in and we lock you in a little gray box with a microphone and we suck out all the air. And you have to act by yourself in this little, and to do that is so hard. And the people who do it well develop a real craft at it. But Stephen took it to an even different level. I mean, wait till you hear Pat in this film. He is a complex, deep, real character who is also just as nice as you remember. And that takes incredible talent to do that. And Stephen really blew the doors off. And of course, David Tennant is amazing. And Rupert Grint, who does his own singing. I must mention that at all times. That is Rupert singing. And then we got Ronan Keating to come in and do a big song, and I actually called him up and begged him to do it. I did. I called him up and begged him to do it, and he said yes. And he's the first human being in history to get a cameo of himself in an animated film. He's in the film as himself. I'll leave it to you to find him. I promise.
If you could voice any other character from another cartoon in a feature film, who would it be and why?
Well, when I told my daughter I was doing this, she said, "Oh, do you sing Let It Go, Let It Go?" Because that's obviously one of the big animation movies that she has seen recently over and over again. So without the singing, maybe Elsa.
Well, that's interesting. Who would I voice? I quite fancy giving... Oh, Bob the Builder. I'd like to be Bob the Builder. Watch out, Morrissey.
I don't know. That's a really good question. I don't know who it would be.
All right.
I don't even think off the top of my head. I think the cartoons that are already out right now, like Charlie and Lola, I think they do such amazing voices that you wouldn't want to even step in somebody else's shoes to do that. So I don't know who I would do.
Maybe Pingu. Love Pingu. And it'd be quite easy because it's just noises, isn't it? Or is it a language? I don't know. But yeah, that'd be fun.
Oh my God, good question. Another cartoon character. Oh my God, Woody from Toy Story.
Why did you get involved with this project?
I was asked to. The producers came. I've been in the animated film business for 25 years. I've directed several films in America, and they came to me and gave me the script, and from there, yes, absolutely, let's go do this. And it was lovely. As an American especially, I was extremely flattered they trusted me with the franchise and tried very hard not to direct it like an American. So nothing blows up, Michael Bay.
What or who are you a fan of?
Oh, well, goodness, in this movie, Stephen Mangan is amazing and wonderful, and I love him in everything he does, and obviously David Tennant too. Do you mean in general? In general, I'm a big fan of Viggo Mortensen. Yes, huge fan.
Loads of things. I don't know. Music. I'm quite into music. Artists. Yeah.
Any particular artists?
Any particular? Yeah, I like. I don't know. I like surrealism. I like Magritte.
All right, Red Dwarf. And if they're looking to make the Red Dwarf movie, I'm available day or night if anybody wants to make Red Dwarf. My daughter grew up on Doctor Who.
Yes.
I'm Doctor Who Classic. She's Doctor Who New. Gosh, and just, any kind of British television we get our hands on, because, American television is all about, running up and shooting people for no reason. British television is actually funny. So, I'm a huge fan of British television.
I like music, I like people, I like food, I like wine, I like golf, I like movies, I like life.
That's a good list.
I'm pretty impressed with that too.
Oh my goodness, Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. The greatest football club in the world.
Laughing? I'm a fan of having fun. I'm a fan of having fun.
Are there any particular challenges that you met while during...
Oh, the challenge of filmmaking. It's a big, hard thing to do, but it's worth it in the end. If families can share this and remember it when they're older, then it was a great pleasure, and I'm grateful to have been able to do it.
What does the rest of this year and the next year look like for you?
Yeah, good. Yeah, kind of trying to keep busy and do new things, different things. But I don't know. We'll see.
This year I just completed, I'm on a TV show called The Blacklist over in the States, and I think it's over here as well. So I've just been very busy doing that, and we just wrapped up filming, and that's me sort of running around with weapons, and very, very different to this. So I've just been having fun playing a CIA agent doing that, so it's been my entire year has been tied up doing that.
Well, as I said, I live in LA now. I've just done a movie, a post-apocalyptic thriller, so very different to this, that's coming out later on this year. And filming TV shows in America, yeah.
Like
this. Pretty busy. It's crazy. There's a lot going on. So yeah, an album this year, an album next year, and possibly a tour next year. X Factor this year. Another film coming out in June, end of June. It's busy. It's good though.
And a surprise at the end of the year.
And a surprise at the end of the year. If I'm a good boy.
That's all from us. Remember to follow us on Twitter.
Postman Pat, the movie.